Hi, today I'd like to discuss a better way to solve an argument than actually hitting somebody. In all Kung Fu schools from the East that are taught here in the West, you learn to actually punch, to actually inflict damage. I went to many Kung Fu schools. By the way, I gotta keep track of time because there's a 10-minute time limit on this. Anyway, I went to many Kung Fu schools, and one of them had the following technique. You withhold your strike just in front of the target, like this. And if you do that fast enough, possibly at a few targets, such as the lower ribs on either side, the plexus, groin, the chin from this side, because if you hit it straight on like this, you're only going to damage your own wrist. But if you hit it on a slight curve, like this, not a full hook, not a straight punch, that in between, and you end up at this part of the jaw and you inflict this damage. That triggers a sensor here, that is the knockout punch in normal boxing, the quick and short route, because this is significantly shorter than all of that. How do you practice that at home? Once again, here we have a piece of painter's tape that you put on any wall, and that becomes your target. The chin of a guy half a head taller than me. And you just do that about 50 times a day. The advantage of that is that you send a very clear message to your opponent that you're able to strike him much faster than he is able to strike you. And you add a little verbal distraction with that, which could be as simple as, do you want a beer instead of a fight? Get creative on your verbal skills. Your conflict de-escalation verbal skills are very important in Western society. Why? Because you don't want to spend time in a jail cell. They have crappy benches made of hardwood. They're cold, and nobody gives a damn about you crying in there. So that's the lesson for today. I call this Newtonian A. In anatomical sense, what are you actually doing? How do you practice this when you don't know it yet? And by the way, there are guys who can do this faster than the eye can see. And they usually stop just about here on their first strike, because that's what they've been instructed to by the types of martial art that have taught them this trick. But they also don't extend themselves any further than 3 centimeters past impact point. Let's see. How do you practice this when you don't know it yet? You start off at this speed. And you could just keep doing this 50 times a day, and you keep looking at the target. That is also a quite important trick to learn. Never take your eyes off the target. And your environment. That's the only exception I'm making for it, because for personal reasons, I've trained to be able to withstand whole groups attacking me, and my technique is one strike, look back to see if there's anybody else coming from that direction. From here, by the way, with periphery sight, from the corners of your eye you see movement, and to see movement of somebody rushing towards you is all you need. So you can actually look up to there to see who's coming at you, and then you do this to check the other half of your surroundings, and then you know exactly where to move with your footwork in order to intercept the next one. Cheetah Kung Fu, for the moment, is mostly about defense against packs of wolves, and with only 1 or 2 friends, or by yourself, but a severely outnumbered case as a defender, because that's something I picked up from all the martial arts. That was the focus of all the snooping and spying I did on the black belts at every gym I went to. And I'd like to share some of that with the world, piece by piece and slowly. Don't expect me to make a new Cheetah Kung Fu video every month or even every 6 months. Whenever I have a really good idea and I feel confident that it doesn't damage relations on the dance floor, then I'll make a video like this and release it to YouTube first, put the privacy settings to private, inform the spooks of the USA and Israel, and also my home country, Holland. They get to view it first for at least an hour, and then I'll release it as public on YouTube and put it in my Cheetah KungFu playlist, which is linked from my telepathy website, t-nl.info/telepathy.